Hi, guys. Welcome back to Al's All Access this Friday, September 29th. It's hard to believe, Al, before we get into talking about your complimentary selection and what the All Access is, how quick it's going. We're almost in college basketball and NBA.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. That's, of course, where a lot of us make a lot of money, especially with the high volume of college basketball. Last year, in fact, I was ranked number one over Sports Watch Monitor in NBA and college basketball combined, and I've been number one there for the last 3 years. So, really looking forward to basketball, but of course, it's football. So, we're going to talk about some college football today, Eric.
So before we get into that, I know you have a database that only you're one of three people in the world that have it. It's been written about extensively in the ESPN magazine and all around the world on news sites and media. But what I wanted to ask you is, does having the software help someone that doesn't know how to run it? Like it's a living, breathing thing. As I looked at in the article that I read, people think they could just buy something and they're done with it. They can just plug and play.
Well, I mean, it helps tremendously, but you have to also have the experience to understand what information is valuable and how to process the information. It's not enough just to have, a computer if you don't know how to use it.
Exactly. And I know that you've had offers around the world, people trying to get access to this database, and you're not talking to people unless it's insane money, 1 million or
Yeah,
less.
I mean, it would have to be $1 million or more before I'd even, share it with somebody else. It's
Well,
it's way too valuable.
and the lead into that was basically you have access to this $1 million minimum program by being an all access member. Basically, you're doing the work, you're sending it out on Telegram, I'm managing it, I'm dealing with the clients. The clients that have questions or want to ask you about individual games once they become members can. But in essence, it's really not a bad deal. If you're a high net worth individual or you're a larger player, you're looking to bet five dimes, 10 dimes or more on a game. This is not something you're going to purchase at pickdogs.com or any other website. It's about getting access to basically that program without having to lay out that kind of money. You're doing the work, it's all proprietary, and they get the benefit from the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we've got a lot of clients. They want to bet on not just our premium plays. They want to bet on their own games. They want to bet on the games they're going to in person, and they can ask us. We'll get them what the right side of the game is. If they've got any research questions, 24/7, I'll get them the answers to it. And yeah, just give Eric a call. Or I should say text.
Yeah, text.
At,
It's simple, guys. Al's not, he's busy capping, running the program, updating it. You guys can send me a text at 775 636 7676. We'll schedule a call. We'll get on the phone. We'll see if this is a product that would work for you because we admit it's not for everybody. Now, let's get into today's complimentary selection as we have Football Friday. You remember we've both been doing this long, where we would work Saturday, we would work Sunday, we would work Monday, and we would work Thursday, and Tuesday and Wednesday and Friday, we got to hang out. Those days are over. I can't remember how long it's been where it became a football everyday thing.
Yeah, it's been a long time now since we've had Friday football. At least it seems 20 years. But
Exactly.
there's a great game this Friday out in the Pac-12. The Utah Utes are a perfect 4-0 heading into the contest against Oregon State. Oregon State, of course, lost for the first time last week in Pullman against Wazoo. They lost that ball game 38-35. The Beavers are now a 3.5 point home favorite. I'm actually going to lay the 3.5 points, Eric. One of the things I like to do is go against undefeated teams in Game 5 that have a 4-0 record. If they're on the road and they're priced from plus 3.5 to plus 15.5 points, it's an awful situation. Those teams have covered just 36% over 44 years, and also just 27% if their opponent was off a straight up loss. Even better, the Beavers a perfect 11-0 ATS when priced from -7 to plus 10 points if they're off an upset loss. So I'm going to take Oregon State minus the 3.5.
Perfect. So we're going to lay a little chalk. Now back to that 3.5, just because inquiring minds want to know. I know a lot of major betting syndicates don't like getting hooked on the half a point. So if you
I
could just,
never buy. I never buy points. I think it's a
that's what I
waste.
wanted to ask you. If I had a dollar, I'd be retired for every gambler that ever said, Eric, should I buy a half a point?
You will never have an advantage ever by buying it. The bookmakers know what the price is, they know what it's worth, and they charge you just a little bit more for the privilege of buying a half point. Don't do it.
Now, now, do you are so you're? I know a lot of certain syndicates that just don't even like laying the hook because they basically feel they don't want to get hooked. But you don't live in that
I'd rather
field.
lay 3.5 than 4. That's the
Got it.
way I look at it.
Got it. So, like I said, there's this complimentary selection. We're going to do this on a daily basis. If you guys are high net worth individual, large players, dime, 2 dimes, 5 dimes, 10 dimes, or more, send me a text 775 636 7676. And we'll be back tomorrow with another complimentary selection. And as I always like to say, good day and good luck.